Bro, where is this guy?
Justice.
You doing the weird thing again, bro?
Shut up, Robin.
No,
I'm vengeance.
you're not Batman.
I am Batman.
Prove it.
Welcome to Talk Fiction, the show where we talk about movies, books, video games, and everything fiction. I'm your host, X, with my co host,
Eddie G.
and today we're going to be talking about crime. How sometimes it does pay in the movies, or at least in the box office.
Crime never pays.
So, what do you think, Eddie G? What crime movies do you like, or mob movies, or
Man, I think like I've seen like The Godfather. Um, was it like The Sopranos? What you call it, like Scarface, and like how those movies have like they're like one and the same kind of, like
Yeah.
it's like they're all crime based, and in the end, does crime really pay? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I think a lot of them, crime doesn't pay at the end of the movie, but during the movie, it does. Um, like Scarface, right?
yeah,
It comes from Cuba, I think.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
Cuban.
he
Yeah,
came from Cuba, and they're working regular job, and he's like, "This ain't for me," so he goes, becomes a criminal, and
Hey, what you guys doing? There's a lot of dishes to be washed.
Wash them yourself, man.
Coño!
I retire.
What the fuck you gonna do then now? Hey, look, cuando come
I gotta look after my investment.
he ends up becoming the head of a really big organization, right?
Yeah.
And then at the end, they get him.
yeah.
And that's where you get the most epic scene, right? Say hello to my little friend.
Classic scene, right?
Classic.
Yeah.
And with the Sopranos, same. It kind of starts. Well, if anyone's watched the Sopranos, you'll see that like it's a very slow start. Kind of a little hard to get into it, but
Oh!
there's a lot of story. There's a lot of story. It builds up, and then it just gets good.
What- Those little quips from Polly.
Yeah. He quotes The Godfather, right?
Yeah.
Every time I get out, they pull me back in.
Every time. It's like whenever he's like trying to tell a joke, he always tells it twice.
Yeah.
But like in the whole entire series, I think it was like one time where he told the joke, and it was even like comments like online where it's like the joke was so good he didn't have to mention it again.
Yeah.
A Jew with the black clothes and the curls and everything.
They're called Hasidim.
I see them, but I don't believe them.
I think when you look at, for example, kind of like what we were talking about last episode about Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah.
I think without The Godfather, a lot of those shows would not be able to exist
Mhm.
because not The Godfather, but The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Because The Sopranos was one of those shows that it was like a slow build up
Yeah.
and character development and showing the other side of the coin, right? For those
Mhm.
people.
Oh!
And with Walter, same thing, beginning, he's a high school teacher and he lives a very mundane life
Yeah.
and just, finds out he's going to die and ends up becoming a monster, bro.
Yeah.
I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
Well, Tony Soprano, to everybody else, he worked in sanitation.
Yeah, he was a garbage man, right?
Yeah.
He had a garbage company.
Yeah. It's like mostly those mobsters from that era were all into sanitation.
Yeah. Yeah. But well, yeah, that was like a big mob thing, right?
Yeah.
They work in sanitation, and that industry
Yeah.
because it's easier to get rid of people. You know, throw them in garbage.
I think it was like during like the Jimmy Hoffa era, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think like during Al Capone, it was the alcohol and the
Yeah.
tobacco and stuff like that.
During that era, they were trying to start a lot of unions for workers' rights.
Yeah,
And a lot of them fell under sanitation and plant workers, stuff like that.
construction.
Construction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, when you look at kind of like fiction with reality, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of crime base in construction, in the trash industry, in warehousing,
Mm-hmm.
in welding. You know, a lot of these people were unionized, but in a very bad way.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it kind of it plays a hand in why a lot of industries nowadays
Yeah.
are very paper oriented and corporations, right? And I mean, I think some corporations you can kind of tell if they're, you know, like mattress firm, mattress firm, bro.
Mattress firm.
When have you ever seen someone in mattress firm? Just saying. But there's a bunch of them all over the country.
I've been inside of one.
Yeah, and it was empty, right?
I was the only one in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But somehow they pay their bills, you know.
Yeah. Those mattresses are very expensive too. If you ever been in one, those mattresses are not cheap.
Just saying, maybe you buy one and that's enough. But I don't know. That just seems like a scam to me because there's so many, you know, and it's just like every time you go to one, it's always empty, and then you end up just buying it on Amazon at the end. So, you know,
It comes folded up in a box.
you know, when I bought my new mattress, I bought it from Amazon and it was folded up, and I was like, what? And the instructions are like, you can't sleep in it for like 2 days. You gotta let
Yeah,
it
you gotta
like.
let it rise. Yeah.
But hey, I will say that's one of the comfiest mattress I've ever bought before. So shout out, you know.
Jeff Bezos. What
Yeah.
you doing?
Hey man, Jeff Bezos, he's doing something right. I mean, a lot of people might say no, but there's a billionaire and just keeps growing, you know, like
Who got off track?
for real.
Talk about Jeff Bezos. What?
But I think at the end of the day, when you look at mob movies, it brings a lot of attention to younger audience wanting to become criminals because I feel like they fall in love with that lifestyle, but you gotta watch the ending. You gotta watch the ending of those shows of those movies because it never ends right for them.
So is that fast money, man? Like that's what attracts you to that world. It's like you get quick money. Quick money comes quick life. You know.
This country, you gotta make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
Yeah, I mean in Mexico, you know, that's kind of like a thing. Like, yeah, you join the criminal organization, you can become a billionaire, but your lifespan is not gonna be that long, you know.
Yeah, for real, man.
Because there's a movie it was very popular in like the 2010s, I think. It's called El Infierno,
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah.
and that kind of speaks on the other side of Mexicans because, and I'm gonna say Mexicans because it's a movie based in Mexico,
Yeah.
right? And you know, El Benny, he was what 10 years in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Never did anything, you know, never built anything in Mexico, and I think at the end he gets deported, and that's how the movie starts, right? He gets home, and his mom's like, 10 years you've been over there and you never did anything.
Yeah.
And you know, one of his best friends from childhood, you know, super rich, married a very beautiful woman, you know, dude has like power, money, everything, and he's like, you're my friend, so I'm gonna let you in the business, but yeah, you gotta like step it up, right?
Yeah.
Ya no soy el gordo mata, mi Benny. Ahora soy el cochiloco, ¿está claro?
No, está bien, pero pues si no está tanto.
Pinche Benny culero. Igual de collón que cuando éramos niños, hombre. Este es mi carnal, usted me puede decir cómo se linchan los...
And I think that also speaks on real life that a lot of people join those things because they don't have anything,
Yeah.
but then they come to the U.S. to try to build a better future, and they kind of don't do anything with their
Yeah.
lives.
He tried to make an excuse for it too.
Yeah, always. Yeah,
He tried to make an excuse for it when his mom asked him.
yeah,
So he didn't send any money. It was like, oh, you didn't know how bad it went for me over there. And it's like, bro, come on, dog. He's like, you know, you could have sent some money. You know?
yeah. $100, bro. Something, you
For
know.
real.
And then he joins the life, right? And that's what a lot of young people see. That he joined the life, and I think in the span of like a month, he was like rich.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you see the movie, no one in that movie lasted. You know,
No.
everyone died.
Dígame la neta, mi coche. Que no siente nada de matar a alguien así como así. Digo, ¿no le da miedo irse al infierno?
El infierno ni que la...
¡Oh!
El infierno es aquí merito. ¿Ya no se acuerda cuando éramos chavalos? El hambre que teníamos, el canijo frío, la miseria en la que vivíamos.
Except his son.
Yeah,
No, not even. It wasn't even his son. It was his nephew.
yeah, his nephew.
Yeah, his nephew. He was the only one that survived out of everything.
Yeah, and that just speaks highly of if you want fast money, you're gonna have a very short lifespan. So I don't think any movie does any movie or show like does the bad guy ever win in the end?
I don't think it does, man.
Because Breaking Bad, I mean, spoiler alert, but Walter White dies at the end.
It does.
You know, and then
I mean, Jesse kind of
he wasn't really a bad guy though.
he was in that world, bro.
He was, but Jesse was I feel like he was one of those people that like grow up in that world because of your association with your friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like at the end in what El Camino,
Mhm.
he kind of got out of it, you know?
Yeah.
And he kind of freedom, that was kind of the thing
Yeah.
for him, right? Freedom at the end.
Like, he didn't have any money in the end, but it was freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else you want to say goodbye to? Not many of us get a chance to start fresh. Good luck, Mr. Driscoll.
When you look at, for example, like Prison Break,
Mhm.
I mean, would you go to prison to save your brother? Because that's kind of the.
What'd he do?
Well, I think in Prison Break he got framed.
Yeah, he got framed.
Yeah, so like he goes in to like try to save his brother, right? Because he
Mhm.
was on death row, and he like tatted like all the blueprints in his on his
Yeah.
body, and that was kind of the premise of the show. And then after they escape, it kind of just extended
Yeah.
longer than it should have. But it was still a very good show. Like I really liked it.
That was one of those shows that like, how do you feel about that ending?
I didn't really like Prison Break's ending,
Mm-hmm.
but I understood it.
Yeah.
Because at the end it had to end, and then it had to like the ending was all right for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with it.
Well, that's like when like how The Sopranos ended.
Yeah,
It's like a lot of people hated The Sopranos because like, okay, it was just a black screen. They're all eating and then it's just a black screen. A lot of people didn't understand like the deeper meaning behind that.
yeah,
And it's like how whenever you get clapped, that's the last thing that you see.
black screen. Yeah,
Yeah. That's the last thing that you see. You're not gonna, see anything that like, literally your lights are out.
yeah,
And I think that's what Tony Soprano saw was just his lights going out in that final scene. He was just enjoying the last moment with his family. Kind of biblical when you think about it.
yeah,
Kind of like a Last Supper kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, because they're all sitting down to eat. Man comes in, you don't see anything else, and it's just lights
Black
out.
screen. Yeah, yeah. And I think that ending also kind of leaves you for interpretation.
Yeah,
Because at that point it's the audience's point of view of what happened, and you use your imagination. You
Yeah.
know, like you can make 20, 30 movies or shows, continuations of it in your imagination. And I
Yeah.
think at one point that's also good for for directors and for people that make movies and shows, because it keeps the audience wanting more.
Yep.
You know, and then mob movies. You know, we had Batman showing up earlier today. The Penguin Show, bro.
Oh, bro.
The Penguin
Yeah.
Show. Like, if you mob movies, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
bro. The Penguin. That was like one of like the in my book. That was like one of the best penguins
yes,
that was ever written. You know?
yes, and I mean, story wise, it was
Yeah.
a very good story because Victor, bro.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. my guy. But um, it's one of those shows that, like, you know, he's the bad guy, and you're like, okay, we're kind of rooting for him at this point, right? Because we like him. He's a likable character. And then when he does what he did to Victor, that's like, he's the bad guy. I'm not gonna say that word because I don't bleep it out. You know, that guy. And
Load
yeah, but that show, bro, it just it makes you love a character and then hate it. You know,
for real, dog.
because with like Walter White, all the heinous stuff he did, but we still loved him as a character.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he sold Jesse into slavery, we were still kind of rooting for him. But when Oswald Cobblepot, was that his name in the show?
I think so.
It was Oswald. I don't know if it was Cobblepot.
It was Oswald.
Yeah,
For sure.
but when Oswald, bro, spoiler alert, kills Victor, bro.
Yeah.
That just, you know, when Batman Part 2 comes out, I am hoping Batman gets this guy, bro. Like, we need some vengeance at that point.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what I get it, because he's like, I'm getting attached to this person, and I'm trying to be the big bad, and I can't have any attachments. But Victor was just such a good character, bro, that like you're just like, why? You know?
Yeah.
You could have made him your right hand man, bro.
Like, I feel like they really captured the aspect of what the penguin should be, you know?
Being a monster.
I can't bring you with me this time.
What do you mean?
I mean, that's the thing about family.
Oz?
It's your strength.
Oz, what do you...
It drives you.
That's why I'm kind of excited to see what's next in this universe. But I think even the Batman movie, bro, like deals with mobs and stuff, and the Riddler and everything going on in Gotham, right? And I think that it shows an aspect that we haven't really seen before in TV, because we kind of saw it in Batman Begins,
Yeah.
where like they own the cops and stuff like that. But like in the Batman and in the Penguin show, we really see how the mob just controls the city.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that goes back to what you were saying about like unions and all these things that they did in real life that kind of capture this aspect, and you're just like, wow, like this could be real, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I liked about it, man. That's just it's fiction, well written into realism.
Yeah.
You know, like literally what it's just a TV show, but when you think about it, bro, like a lot of this, you know, actually happened for real. You know,
Yeah.
it's fiction written into realism.
Yeah. And I think those are the best shows and the best movies and the best stories.
Yeah.
When it's fiction, but it's based on some kind of realism. Because when you look at like the horror movies, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you know, it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
But when you look at the movie, you're like,
That's not what the true story was
Yeah,
about. You know. Yeah.
it's just a gore movie.
Yeah.
And movies like that, I just think that they have a place, right? They have a place. But when you're looking at like realism or something based on realism, I mean, dude, we're talking about Batman, and Batman is not really based on realism. He's a comic book character.
Yeah, for real.
But they made him realistic.
Mhm.
Like with Batman Begins, with the Christopher Nolan trilogy.
Yeah.
You're like, that's very believable. And then with Robert Pattinson, it feels believable too.
Yeah.
You know, even his Batmobile, it's not a tank, it's not, you know, a whatever like
Mm.
in Christopher Nolan, but it's a muscle car that you could tell that he built it, you know,
Yeah.
and it could be real.
Yeah.
And you know, someone could build something like
Yeah.
that.
Like the Punisher's car.
Yeah.
That the one with the what was his name? The actor for the not the first Punisher movie, the second one.
With is that the one with John Travolta?
Yeah. Yeah, John Travolta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
You know, a lot of people didn't like that movie. I liked it.
Love that movie, bro.
I think it was a really good movie. I liked the story. I liked the way where he's like, you killed my son,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just hear, I killed both of your sons.
Yeah.
You know, and then where he basically just like shows him that he was the one that got him at the end.
Yeah.
It's like you thought that your friend was cheating on you with your wife,
Yeah.
and throws the other earring, you know, and he's like, it was me.
Good guy.
I did it.
He was a good guy trying to take out the mob. He
Yeah.
took out his family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what got Scarface, bro.
Yeah.
Like Scarface was like, I don't hurt kids, you know. And
Yeah.
there was a kid in the car, and that's why he didn't do it, and that's why at the end they get him. Because if you're gonna be a bad guy or you're gonna be in that world, you can't really have a heart,
Yeah.
unfortunately, from what we've seen in fiction, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look at the Penguin, look at look at the Punisher. You know, like
for real.
can't have a heart, bro.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of movies in that aspect capture it in a beautiful way because it's storytelling,
Yeah.
and it's storytelling about criminals, and you have to make them likable so people can watch it, but you also got to show the monsters that they really are.
Mm-hmm. You know, something that I always found weird. It's like how, like in the Punisher, he goes after. I can't even remember his name, but like he goes after that whole entire family, but yet in the end, he's so mad that he's trying to retaliate back with the Punisher. It, it's just like, dude, you brought this on yourself. You can't be angry at the man for trying to retaliate with you.
So I think that when we look at like that movie, that specific movie, he was an FBI agent, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was undercover. He fakes getting killed, and then the mob finds out who he really is, and then they go after his family, and you know they take care of all of them,
Yeah.
and that's basically how he becomes the Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look like the show, The Punisher with the dude from The Walking Dead,
Yeah.
that show really, really, really just shows why he becomes the Punisher. You know, everything going on in the army, how the same people that like were his brothers in the military
Mhm.
were the ones that offed his family.
Yeah.
And I think that storytelling was even better
Yeah.
because his best friend, bro, is the main bad guy, you know? And I just loved it. Like Dorian Gray, bro, you know?
Because what followed the comic book a lot better? Was it?
I think it was the show.
It was the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, in the movie with John Travolta, it was accurate because in the comics, it's the mob, right,
Yeah.
that gets the Punisher's family.
Yeah.
But in the show, it's more of why he's becoming the Punisher.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think honestly, they did a really good job with that.
Yeah.
I think it's very. The show is more detailed and a lot better story because obviously they got more episodes than a movie,
Mm-hmm.
but the movie was still a really good movie,
Yeah.
and I liked it. Like Warzone, I think it is. As I like, it's not one of my favorite Punisher
like it.
movies.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't want to like yeah.
Yeah. It was one of those. Yes, I didn't like it.
You're like, okay, it was a reboot, but my guy,
You ever see the first one?
Yeah.
The very first one.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was all right.
Yeah.
Like,
That one was alright.
Yeah.
I got it on DVD.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was all right. Like I liked it. So was it that one and then Warzone, or was it that one and the one with John Travolta?
It was the very first one that came out like in the 90s, and then
Yeah.
it was the one with John Travolta in it.
Okay, so that's the second one.
Yeah.
And then Warzone was the third one.
And they're all like completely different stories.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, because I think they're just reboots, you know?
Yeah.
They just reboot it like the Fantastic Four, you know, every couple years we get new characters.
For real.
Yeah.
I don't like the Fantastic Four.
I don't like the Fantastic Four, but I love Doctor Doom.
Oh, Doctor Doom, bro. Yeah.
Fast and Furious movies. Like after the I don't know, like I think all the first five they're a little bit believable, I guess. I mean I think after 4 they kind of become extravagant, right? Because like in the 5th one they rob they steal that Bolt, right?
Yeah.
With the 2 Dodge Challengers.
It was a couple of Volts, right? Wasn't it like 2 or 3 of them?
No, it was 2.
It was just 2.
Yeah, it was Vin Diesel and Paul Walker, and they were like
It was just one Bolt.
Yeah. So they grab a Volt, they pull it out of the building with 2 Dodge Challengers. No, not Challengers, the other one.
The Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah.
And then supposedly, so like there's one part where like they go under like a bridge. There's like a trash truck, and they like throw it in there, and then they grab the empty one, and The Rock was in that one. I don't know, bro. Like I think like I said, I think the 4th one for me was like the end of realism for those movies.
Yeah.
Because the 4th one still a little more believable. They go to the desert and they're transporting drugs, right? So it's a crime movie, and I think crime does pay at the end of the 5th one. Because I mean they got away with all that money.
They all ended up living happy lives after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always room for family.
Until the next movie, right? Because basically they're all living happy lives, and then I think what was it? The last one they like call him. It's like, oh, you're gonna be a secret agent now. So it's like, what bro? Like like Vin Diesel. I'm sorry. Like I know a lot of people are like fans and stuff, but the dude's a freaking mechanic from L.A.
Yeah.
And you're telling me he got superpowers now? Like you're telling me a mechanic from L.A. is so good that like the CIA wants him?
Familia.
Yeah, like
I know, bro. Like it's kind of ridiculous. Like
yeah, but
Family.
they're fun to watch. Don't get me wrong. I love the Fast and Furious movies. They're fun to watch. Which fun fact? After I think is it the 5th one or the 6th one where the last one Paul Walker's in? I think it's the 6th one. I think.
So, yeah.
I haven't seen any other movie. Like that's where Fast and Furious stopped for me.
Yeah.
Like I know they're like what up to 8 or 9 right now. I haven't seen 7, 8, and 9. Like Fast 6 is where Fast and Furious ended for me.
Like I've seen clips of those movies, but like Tokyo Drift was literally like the last movie I watched.
Yeah.
For
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was a huge Paul Walker fan. So like I said, after he passed away, I was like, I'm done with Fast and Furious. Like,
yeah.
leave that for somebody else.
Crime pays.
Crime pays in some movies, right? But yeah, I think that's where we'll end today's episode, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. And our audio sounds so much better now.
That's something that we wanted to touch base on too. That it's a learning process for us, and I think we finally got it.
Yeah, we finally made it to have good audio and good image. You know, I thank you guys for following us. I know the first 3-4 episodes have been a little rough,
5
but
episodes.
okay, yeah, like they've been good, and you know maybe later on we'll remake the videos to sound better and look better. But I think we're at a point right now where we have really good audio, really good camera, and hey, things are looking up now.
Leave a comment. What else do you want us to talk about?
Yeah, because we could talk about anything for hours.
For real.
Like, hours. Like what you guys see, we have to like cut a lot of it out because it would take 2 years for you to watch it. Movie magic. There you go.
Well, Hollywood magic. Thanks, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. goose.